Hello and welcome back to the filthy 15. And now we are bringing more drugs and alcohol references as we are back with an English band again. Notice it's all the English ones that bring the booze and the drug references.
And culturally, you can see why. Never really gone away, but certainly I'd say at this time, like booze was pretty much what you did, wasn't it?
You worked, you
You
went to the
worked and you
pub.
drank, yeah.
So we are.
Praying for that pub to do a lock in for you because there were legal opening times, weren't there? And you were just
Yep.
like, oh, please, landlord, please
I don't want to go home at 10.
shut and lock that door before any of us have finished drinking, because then we know that you're happy for us to carry on drinking in here all night.
And you know that we know that you know
Yeah,
that we
and
don't
and
mind, that we'll buy you beer too.
and slightly as an aside, like fast forward many years later to pre licensing laws in the UK really extending, and the lock in felt less special because you could pretty much find somewhere that would be open. But post the smoking ban, you also knew that a cheeky lock in meant smoking in a pub again. Oh,
Yes.
heaven,
Yes.
heaven.
Yes, not that my pub ever did such things,
No.
but once the doors were shut and the blinds are down, and who knew what we got up to?
Yeah, yeah.
So, as I said, we are back with English, and we are having Black Sabbath and Trashed. As I was saying to you pre we came on, my Sabbath is Aussie. Once Aussie goes, I don't, I don't really listen to much of like the Heaven and Hell and the stuff
I
after
think
that with
I
Dio.
think I'm the same. I don't remember like sort of mentally tuning in once that transition happened, and I'm sure I probably have listened to some, but it's I say it's not the same. I mean, of course it's not the same. You've had that transition, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they might have been better for all I know, but that was kind of the error for me, and I go, well, stop it now, stop it
Yeah,
now. I
yeah,
guess how a lot of Mannix fans feel about that point and things like that of going. There are times where I continue on, but there are other times where I think some people who are attached to bands are so iconic to them, carry on, but maybe something else.
Hmm.
Like, call yourself something else, start a new band. But yeah, I don't know.
So, shall we get trashed?
Yeah, just very quickly beforehand, I was saying to you just before we started clicking record, it's from the Born Again album, and I said it got an amazing cover. If you've never seen the cover for the album, get a look at that. But bearing in mind, we've seen other things got on the Filthy 15 for Satanism. How have they bothered to go and get a track about drugs and alcohol when they could have just gone, look at this cover? There's not much more kind of devilly satany than this cover, but yeah, I'll do that as homework for anyone watching. Go and look up the cover. I'm not even going to flash a picture up because it's worth it. So yeah,
Yes.
it's Born Again. Right, got the video ready. Let's go.
It really was fleeting. The Bible took the beating. The ladies of the river watched me cry.
with explicit lyrics of being, I drank a bottle of tequila and I feel real good. I know I wouldn't make it to the car. I would just make it.
I wondered as we were going through it, because obviously we knew it was drink related, and of course,
Yeah,
we go back to some of the things we've been discussing in the previous ones about uh, hidden sexual messaging. It seems to be the opposite with the booze ones, doesn't it? It's like
yeah,
acknowledging anyone drinking to, let's say, an excess, and even in that, like I guess depending on your constitution, maybe drinking a bottle of tequila isn't excess in some people's eyes. But I actually wonder whether they might start making reference to the idea of getting trashed and going in a vehicle, because we are in the world of drink
yeah.
driving
As I say,
and drink related offences, isn't it? So, but I wonder whether that
yeah.
might have been one of the triggers for them.
As I say, it's very much excessive drinking to the point of I don't have tequila, so give me whiskey. That'll do. Um,
Yeah,
is it said with the booze ones? It seems to be that just any mention of booze is is bad, and you know, is this really like on the booze scale, like to a sort of aggressively high level of, and this is fun because I don't get a here, hey kids, come drink out of this.
no, I mean, again, it's more of your storytelling song, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
storytelling song of a really boozy, heady night out from as a group, and that time that, and again, probably crossing the line that we did something vehicle related as we were battered, but
yeah,
yeah, it feels more to me like you go down the pub or wherever it is with a group of mates that you haven't seen for a while, but you've had some drunken nights out together, and you are just talking about, oh, do you remember that time we whatever it was, and
yeah.
probably talk about how much you had drunk or what you were drinking. Yeah, the alcohol references are very bemusing to me because uh, again, it has to be inherently wrong, or sorry, it has to be. I would assume they're going for stuff that is inherently wrong, and I think culturally, drinking wasn't considered wrong, nor get, having a tipple. And as I say, could I be argued that these songs more reference drinking to excess? But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't. It feels a weird target for me. Of all the things you can target, and as I say, we know they lean heavily into Satanism and
Drugs.
and sexual acts, but even the drugs, like there's been nowhere near the amount of drug based songs that I thought there would comparatively to other
Yeah.
subject matters. And considering like at this stage, I can't think of a drug that wasn't illegal in America, that they wouldn't be targeting the corruption of youth via them uh, doing illegal things to get a buzz rather than the legal things that there are to experience life in a different way.
Yeah. I was sort of looking at the bits on it. This is the only album that Ian Gillian, who was the Deep Purple singer, does with Sabbath.
Okay.
Which again, as I said, I tap out when Dio comes in. I didn't even realize that. I don't know. I lose my metal cred here for not knowing that Ian Gillian was there for one album in the 80s.
Give your
Um,
metal badge back or
I
whatever.
know. But yeah, it's like I can see why he didn't stay around for too long because it's not. It doesn't sound like Sabbath, did it? It was more.
No, but I liked it. I do want it on record because I'm going to agree with everything you say here. Is it sounded less Sabbathy,
It
but
sounded
I,
more like Deep Purple, which
with with a with a kind of harder edge, I would say.
yeah,
But yeah, I was quite a fan of the song. I really was. I quite enjoyed it, and I quite
yeah,
enjoyed the story that was going along with it. Not saying I advocate that, but I quite because like in there is it is effectively them and people that they knew are doing something on a night out, or
getting
depends on
on
an
it
out,
and
but
yeah,
yeah, I like that. I like that kind of personalized story. Yeah. Piss
Yeah,
off, tipper.
yeah, go away. Um, said the video was fun. Stinks of like 80s British TV show level production. You know, you can tell it's clear they're like someone who does like spitting image or um what's that Rick Mel thing with the young ones?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
level of creation behind the video, and I'm all for sort of UK anarchy TV that we were getting in the 80s. That video was very much of that, and I liked that. I, I don't know if I'd go if I want to listen to more of this era of Sabbath. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
like
think I'd
it
rush
sounds
to it, but I would listen to it if that makes sense. You know, like
yeah
if it come on, I think I'd be like, yeah, I'll give this a go. But I'm not kind of galloping towards it.
yeah. Part of me is intrigued to because I don't mind Deep Purple, and having more metal Deep Purple does intrigue me. Um, but can we see why it was banned? As you say,
Yeah, there's this more cross like corruptible lines for you guys. Are we just too open to all vices in life?
yes,
And does it matter whether it's a legal vice or a illegal vice? Should it still not be thrust into the ears um, of our youths, our impressionable youths?
yes. So down there, let us know: is this filthy, or is this just a tale of drunken debauchery? And will it corrupt the youth hearing this song? As always, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and all that's jazz.
And all
And,
that jazz.
and until next time, and more filth, as we're coming towards near the end of the list of the Filthy 15, we have two more
Number
filthy.
15 better be absolutely grotty or I'm going to be very disappointed.
So, until next time, goodbye.